So for this guide, I'm going to skip ahead to the usual Mitsurugi endboard. You're aiming for 3 level 8 monsters, 2 level 4s, and your trap set. Now let's get into the fun part. First, XYZ summon Dragluxion using Murakumo and Habakiri. Make sure you use those two and save Futsu. Activate Dragluxion's effect to add Tachyon Primal from your deck to your hand. Then use Dragluxion's second effect to special summon Hope Harbinger. Now you can summon Tachyon Primal to your field, or if you want to get fancy, you can summon it to your opponent's field to trigger Triple Tactics talent. In this case, I'll just keep it on my field. Don't forget to add 7th Tachyon spell from your deck to your hand, and then keep that spell, don't use it directly. From here, we move into the standard Fiendsmith combo. Activate Engraver's effect, and this part is really important. Do not shuffle back your Requiem. If you already have another Engraver in your graveyard, shuffle that one instead. Also, make sure you still have at least one Engraver left in your deck for the next turn. Now go into Little Knight. After that, activate 7th Tachyon spell to add Shield Bearer, and then use Shield Bearer to search Hop Squadron. Just keep in mind, 7th Tachyon locks you into XYZ monsters after you activate it, so always use it at the very end of your turn. At this point, in your graveyard, you should have Lacrima and Requiem ready for the next turn, and this is your end board. Your opponent might get confused here. It can even look like a misplay since most Fiendsmith combos usually go into Wave King, but we're not doing that in this line. Now let me show you what this end board can actually do during your opponent's turn. Now I'm here with my friend to demonstrate how this actually works. First, make sure your toggle is on. In the draw phase, you can immediately activate Lacrima to special summon Requiem. Then, in the main phase, use Hop Squadron as soon as possible and chain Requiem to it right away. When everything resolves, make sure you summon Engraver from your deck, not Lacrima. Then, using Hop Squadron, Synchro Summon into Axel Synchro Stardust. Activate Stardust's effect to bring back Hop Squadron, and then immediately use Stardust again to Synchro Summon into Kewl Tune back-to-back. Now, whenever your opponent activates a card, you can use Little Knight right away. You'll need that extra monster zone. And when your opponent activates a monster effect, this is where it gets strong. Activate your back-to-back, choose a Reptilian, and Synchro Summon into Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel's effect will trigger, letting you banish one card on the field. At this point, your back-to-back becomes unaffected, and with Chaos Angel's protection, it also can't be destroyed by battle, basically turning your board into a really hard-to-break wall and floodgate for the entire turn. After that, just wait for your opponent to special summon. Then you can activate Futsu's effect to bring back Murakumos from the graveyard. In this part, you can activate Murakumo's effect right away, but you don't have to. You can hold it if the timing isn't right. Then, when your opponent activates another monster effect, you can use your back-to-back again, choose Reptilian, and this time use Murakumo plus Reptilian to Synchro summon a level 12, Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. After that, if your opponent special summons again, you can bring Murakumo back with Futsu. Even if your opponent tries to play with spells, you're still covered. You have Hope Harbinger for a spell negate, and Purification as an Omni negate. And that's your real end board. At the end of the turn, Little Knight won't come back to your field since all your zones are full, so it'll just go to the graveyard instead. But with this many bodies and that much attack power, you're basically guaranteed to close out the game on your next turn. So that's the combo for the Chaos Angel line. Now I'll show you another variation, going into Red Nova Dragon. Now we're in the opponent's main phase. As usual, we immediately Synchro summon into Kewl Toon back-to-back. Now this is where the combo starts to differ from the previous line. Instead of choosing Reptilian, this time you choose Hop Squadron. And then continue by Synchro summoning into Diabell. Now when your opponent activates a card or effect, Diabell's effect will trigger. Keep in mind, Diabell requires you to send one spell or trap from your hand or field to the graveyard as cost. So let's say you're in a situation where your only back row is Purification, and you still need to use Diabell. Yes, you'll have to send your own Omni Negate. It's not ideal, but sometimes you just have to go for it. The good part is, Purification's other effect can still be used afterward. Then you special summon Poplar from the extra deck, and immediately use Poplar plus Diabell to Synchro summon into Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon. Now, when your opponent activates another monster effect, you can use back-to-back again. This time, make sure you choose Reptilian, not Hop Squadron and not Poplar. Poplar wasn't Synchro summoned, so it can't be revived here. Also, if you read back-to-back's effect, it doesn't just summon, it can also add the tuner to your hand. So if you pick Poplar, it'll just get shuffled back into the extra deck instead of being summoned. After choosing Reptilian, immediately chain your Purification. When everything resolves, special summon Murakumo, then use its effect to tribute Futsu. At the same time, Reptilian will be summoned by back-to-back. Now, using Murakumo plus Reptilian, Synchro summon into Crimson Dragon. Activate Crimson Dragon's effect, target your Snake Eyes Vengeance Dragon, and use that to Synchro summon into Red Supernova Dragon. Then Futsu's effect in the graveyard will trigger, letting you add any Mitsurugi card you need and summon itself, ready to revive Murakumo again. And now, this is your end board with Red Supernova Dragon. Good luck trying it out, and have fun with the combo.